Hey guys, just dropping in here for a minute to give you a quick little thought about meditation. As you know, I offer transformational coaching, and I like this word transformational a lot because, this really has to do with a change that comes from inside and a change that comes from a real place of authenticity rather than pointing our willpower at something we think we're supposed to do or achieve, but rather really being guided by that sense of an inner compass that is really telling us the direction that our life needs to move in. And that may be something, that's not quite as overachiever oriented as you might think. And there are coaches certainly that are cheerleaders and are, really going to push you to achieve your goals. And certainly if that has arisen for you out of that place of authenticity, then of course I want to hold that space for you and support you in that. But this is a little different because in order for us to be able to move into this space, there has to be a willingness to really be here now, literally be here now without any movement, to find that still place and to connect with that inner life force, that inner knowing. And there's a lot of meditation techniques, and I share some of those in my coaching sessions. But just to give you kind of a sense of direction for today, what station are you listening on? I could use some examples from our current culture about, I don't want to get into a political conversation here, but, you know, the thing we tune into, the thing we listen to, the channel that we're listening on has a frequency, right? It's a place where we're putting our attention. And we could talk about this in the physical world of putting our attention, our hearing on a radio station or a YouTube channel, something on TV. But I'm talking about something deeper and a little bit more subtle, which is, where are you putting your attention? And it simply means that, when you hear all this kind of new age language around, you attract what you are focusing on. I mean, it is true in a way, but it basically means that where you put your mind, where you put your attention is what you're receiving, simply as if you have a tuner and you're deciding, you're making a choice, a conscious choice about where you're going to put your attention. So if you want to put your attention on something like competition, put your attention on something like the news and all the horrible things that are happening, then that is the sphere that your being is kind of surrounded in, right? So in the context of transformational coaching and to encourage you to take up a meditation practice, we could call it sort of a psychic hygiene. I'm just really inviting you to tune into a channel of very quiet, peaceful energy, tuning into that you really want, right? And so, yeah, we all want things in the world, but it's more of a question of, what do you really want? Do you want peace? Do you want joy? Do you want freedom? Do you want love? Do you want to feel in love with life? Then it's honestly simply making a choice of tuning into that channel and listening on that channel with your heart. So when you sit down to meditate, you can kind of start by obviously finding a quiet space. If you have music that works for you, that's fine. Being in nature is a great, a great setting as well for meditation. The important thing is that you are dedicating a certain amount of time for yourself each day, and you don't miss it. The same way you probably don't miss brushing your teeth. You probably take a shower every day. This just becomes like that kind of a practice where you wouldn't want to miss it. So ideally you'd meditate for at least 15 minutes in the morning before you go out the door and start your crazy day. Ideally right when you get up and take a quick shower before all the mental activity starts up. But I just want you to try to sit down and, you can start by just putting your hands on your heart. Nobody's watching you. This is your practice. This kind of helps sometimes to just give you that connection point. And you're just going to breathe in that sense of what's right? What's right with life? As I say that, I can hear the goldfinches in my backyard singing around their bird feeder. They're very happy to have food and water and shelter, and I'm very happy to have them visiting me. It's a joyful sound. It's a beautiful sunny day here. Just noticing. I'm speaking right now to try to explain this technique to you, but it's not a mental description of what you're noticing, but just allowing your attention to notice what's right with the world. And feel, even if you're not feeling it right now, it's kind of like being an actor. It's kind of like you're gonna step into this place of feeling this authentically because you've felt it before and you can find it again. And that's honestly how you're going to connect your life right now to the feeling that you want to have in your life. So connect with that feeling of love, whatever that is for you. A spiritual love, love for your dogs, something very pure and deep. And just breathe that in. Notice, just notice that love is endless. There's always more of it. There's not a scarcity. And as you breathe out, just breathe out any tension, anything that's taking you away from this moment. All of that will be there for you later. Just allow yourself to be here right now in your body, in your mind, in your senses. Feel the frequency, tune into the channel of the feeling that you want to feel. Peace, love, joy, freedom, aliveness, kind of a lateness, a light energy, fulfillment. And know that as you connect with that feeling, you're literally turning your receiver to receive that frequency. And that is how we transform our lives. All right. Please pick up the practice for yourself. This is a little bit of a quick guide, but I look forward to meeting with you. I'll put my contact information in the description. And again, I have a limited number of private sessions available, but I do have a few openings, so please check there. All right. See you later.